Have you ever wondered why your body reacts before your mind can make sense of what's really happening? That tightness in the chest, the headaches, that sudden drop in your stomach, or that wave of overwhelm out of nowhere. The book, The Body Keeps the Score, became so famous because it explained exactly this. Your body remembers what your mind tried to forget. You know, when we put everything that happened to us in those little boxes and we lock it and throw the key, yeah, your body still remembers all those events. And today, I want to break this down in what feels simple and deeply reassuring, especially if you've been wondering why stress hits you harder sometimes than other. Hi, I'm Brandy, and if you haven't met before, I'm the Dragonfly Coach, a well-being and resilience coach for people professionals. And in my work, I see this book coming alive every day. People that look strong on the outside, but inside their bodies are replaying buried stress, all pressure and unresolved emotions, even when life is fine. And before we dive in, if you find this useful, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. If you work with people, you know how it feels to be the only person that everyone turns to. But the problem is, who are you turning to? Who supports you? And let me break this down simple. When we face a difficult conversation at work, our body goes into that fight, flight, or freeze situation. And when we work with people, we face that constantly, that grievance, the disciplinary, the complaints, the investigations, people crying in our office. It's constant. That repeated exposure keeps your stress levels high and keeps that stress hormones like cortisol running high. And when the cortisol stays high, it shows in the body like poor sleep, tension in your shoulders or the jaw, or headaches, that brain fog, digestive problems, and eventually a full-blown burnout. You might think at the end of the day you left the office or you closed that laptop and that's it. But sometimes your body hasn't. It's still holding the stories, the emotions, the unspoken words of yours, of others. And add on top of that any personal issue, and it becomes a cocktail of emotions. Think back when you had a difficult meeting. Where did you feel it? Did you feel it in your chest, in your stomach, the tension in your head? Where did you feel it? Mine is usually on my throat. I suddenly can't speak. My voice, like now, my voice gets harsh. And it takes me a while to recover. It's like a blockage on my throat. What's yours? What's your signal? What signal gives your body when it's time to stop? And this is how our body keeps the score. Working in people professions, we see some of the hardest working life. There are so many others. I'm not disputing that. But HR is special. We deal with grievances, redundancies, managers in crisis, even heartbreaking situations like employees struggling with mental health or worse. The truth is, we carry it all. Rarely we can turn to anyone about this. We just keep going, most of us. And I've been on that side of the story for many years where there was no one that I could turn on to. I'm lucky now that I work in a place that it's possible to discuss and to make sure that we are all okay after a hard case. And again, here is where the body keeps the score comes in. The author explains that trauma isn't just about big events, big traumatic events that are happening in our lives. It's about the imprint that stress and experience leave in our body. And one side you have the big trauma, with big T, we call it. And on the other side, we have the small t. All those meetings where you were told you're not good, all those events where something happened, a constant pressure on you to prove yourself over and over, and so on. Yes, all individual is not a big deal. It's just a whatever, a bad meeting. But in time, those situations, those single meetings become a big trauma, a big situation where you're not good enough, you're not seen, you feel attacked, you feel unworthy. That imposter syndrome comes back over and over. And that's the big T. And you might not call it even work experience trauma. But your body doesn't know the difference. When you absorb stress day after day and you don't release it, your nervous system and your body keeps the score. The body keeps the score is not just a powerful title. It's neuroscience. When you've been under chronic stress, emotional overload, or moments when that support system is missing, your nervous system stores that experience as a physical imprint. Not in your thoughts, but in your heartbeat, in your breathing, your tension, your ability to switch off. Your body doesn't ask, is this still happening? It only asks, have I felt like this before? And there are too many times when you felt like this before. So even a small trigger today can awaken a much older emotional situation or pattern. And maybe you had those days when you thought, I don't know why this tiny thing is setting me off. I thought I'm past all that situation. Why am I reacting so strongly? So why does it feel big? Because your body doesn't measure size, it measures safely. The main purpose of our unconscious mind is to keep us safe. But safety in real life is different. That meeting where you get upset, it's a safe environment in a way. But your unconscious mind will take it as unsafe, as someone is attacking you. That lion keeps attacking you. Although there is no lion, it's just people around you. And when it senses even a hint of an old experience, it tries to protect you by using outdated information. What did you do when last time, millions of years ago, someone attacked you? You freeze, fight, or flight. But these patterns are not permanent. Your body and your mind is incredibly adaptable. And once you start working with the nervous system and not against it, it updates the story. So what will be your new story? You know the old story. What will be your new story? This is where I consider myself lucky. A part of the fact that I'm lucky to work with some amazing people these days. I've trained in techniques like EFT tapping and havening and other tools that allow me to self-regulate after difficult days or situations. And there are those moments, but at the end of the day, I take time for myself to go through all the situation, to tap around or to do a bit of havening. And I can literally reset my nervous system when I carry too much. So the next day is a new day. However, most of people, professionals, don't have that. They just push through day after day. And that's exactly where I come in, to give you a space to process, reset, and actually feel supported. These techniques work because they speak the language of the body. Touch, rhythm, sensory input, and telling your body that it's safe. With the right tools, your body learns that it's safe, it can be present, and mostly that the past is not happening anymore. Because I see this all the time with the people, professionals that I support. They go from overwhelm and tense to clear, calm, and able to respond, not react. And not because they tried harder, but because their nervous system finally feels grounded. And this is the work that changes everything. So what can you do right now if you feel that your body carries too much? Here's a few simple ways to start letting go. Notice your body. Pay attention to where the stress shows up. Maybe your jaw feels tight, maybe your shoulders, your back, maybe your chest feels heavy. Awareness is the first step. 2. Micro releases. Even 2 minutes of a slow breathing, a short walk between meetings, or just stepping outside for a bit of fresh air can give you a new perspective and can reset your nervous system. 3. Somatic practices. So if you have few extra minutes, techniques like EFT tapping or havening, work directly with your body to discharge stress rather than think about it. And 4, find a safe outlet, whether there is coaching, therapy, a trusted mentor. Having a space where you can process all your emotions will do wonder to your life. And you in 5 years from now will be grateful for this moment. So here is the takeaway. The body keeps the score. If you don't release what you carry on from your day-to-day, it will show eventually in your health, your energy, and your life. And it doesn't have to be like this. People professional deserve emotional support too. And if you like to go deeper and experience these techniques in a personalized way, this is exactly the work I do with my clients. So feel free to reach out. You will have all the details below, as you don't have to carry it all alone. And before we finish, let's end this little video with few havening movements that will help you release that stress. Remember, the movements are either this or this. So while I talk with you, you can repeat them silently or out loud and just continue to do this movement or this, depending what you prefer. What if I'm safe? I hope I'm safe. I am safe. What if my body can soften now? I hope my body can soften now. My body can soften now. What if I can release what no longer serves me? I hope I can release what no longer serves me. I can release what no longer serves me. What if peace is allowed in my body? I hope peace is allowed in my body. Peace is allowed in my body. What if I choose gentleness today? I hope I can choose gentleness today. I choose gentleness today. Thank you for being here, and remember, nothing is wrong with you. Your body has been trying to protect you. It will always do that. Now it's ready to heal. And don't forget, the body keeps the score.